Celine Dion hadn't performed a full song publicly in almost 2 years. When she stood at the base of the Eiffel Tower on July 26, 2024, preparing to sing Édith Piaf's Hymne à l'amour for the Paris Olympics opening ceremony in front of billions of viewers worldwide. And just 1 month earlier, those same viewers had watched her 10-minute muscle spasm attack in her documentary, where her body turned completely rigid, and she begged doctors to make it stop. So when the announcement came that Celine would perform at the Olympics, medical experts, fans, and even her own team questioned whether she could physically handle it, because stiff person syndrome makes every performance a life-threatening risk, where loud sounds, emotional stress, or physical exertion can trigger catastrophic spasms that could leave her paralyzed on stage in front of the entire world. July 26, 2024, Paris, France. The Seine River, the Eiffel Tower illuminated against the night sky. The Paris Olympics opening ceremony, the most watched event of 2024. Billions of viewers, every screen on earth tuned in, and then the announcement, Mesdames et Messieurs, Celine Dion. The world gasped, collectively, simultaneously, disbelief. Celine Dion, performing? Now? After what everyone had just witnessed 1 month ago? This video reveals what actually happened behind the scenes when Celine Dion received the invitation to perform at the Paris Olympics opening ceremony and had to decide whether the risk of triggering a catastrophic spasm attack on live television in front of billions was worth one final moment of doing what she loved. How her medical team warned her that the combination of loud sounds, emotional intensity, and physical exertion could cause her stiff person syndrome to paralyze her body mid-performance with no way to stop it. What intensive preparation went into those few minutes on stage, including weeks of physical therapy and carefully calibrated medication doses timed to the exact moment she would sing. Why she chose Édith Piaf's Hymne à l'amour, knowing the emotional weight of that song could itself trigger a spasm. How she ascended the Eiffel Tower platform while her body threatened to betray her at any second. What viewers didn't see as she fought to control her muscles while her voice soared over Paris, proving that stiff person syndrome hadn't stolen everything from her. And why the days following the performance saw Celine suffering severe spasms as her body paid the price for those 4 minutes of triumph, leading to the question that haunts every chronic illness patient. When is one perfect moment worth days or weeks of suffering? June 27, 2024. One day after I Am Celine Dion premiered on Amazon Prime, Celine's phone wouldn't stop ringing, emails flooding in, messages from around the world. The documentary had just released. The spasm attack footage had gone viral. Millions had watched, millions had cried. Among those messages, one from the Paris Olympics Organizing Committee. We would be honored if you would consider performing at the opening ceremony. Celine read the email, then read it again. Couldn't believe it. They wanted her to perform at the Olympics in Paris, her adopted home city, after watching her body seize up for 10 minutes on camera, after seeing her unable to control her own muscles, after witnessing her at her most vulnerable. They still wanted her to perform. The question was, could she? Celine called her medical team immediately. Dr. Amanda Piquet, neurologist, SPS specialist, the doctor who'd been managing Celine's condition since diagnosis. They want me to perform at the Olympics, Celine said. Is it possible? Silence on the other end. Long pause. Celine, Dr. Piquet started carefully. You know the risks. Live performance is exactly what we've been trying to avoid. I know, but it's the Olympics, in Paris. I need to know if there's any way. Another pause. Let me consult with the team. We'll need to assess everything. Your current medication levels, your spasm frequency, the performance environment, everything. Whatever it takes, Celine said. I want to try. The medical assessment took 3 days. Dr. Piquet and her team analyzed every variable. The performance environment, Eiffel Tower location, high stress, iconic, emotional weight, live television, billions watching, no second take, outdoor setting, unpredictable weather, temperature changes, standing performance, prolonged muscle engagement required, sound system loud, potentially triggering for SPS patients, lighting bright, could affect neurological responses, duration, estimated 4 to 5 minutes of sustained performance. Celine's current status, spasm frequency, 2-3 major episodes per week, medication, high-dose Valium, muscle relaxants, anti-anxiety, physical stamina, limited, easily exhausted, emotional state, vulnerable after documentary release, last full performance March 2020, over 4 years ago, recent performance attempts, Grammy Awards 2024, brief, struggled, risk assessment, spasm trigger probability during performance, 60–70%, severity if triggered, moderate to catastrophic, recovery time if major spasm occurs, 7 days minimum, public embarrassment factor, global audience, career-defining moment, medical intervention availability, limited on outdoor stage, exit strategy if attack begins, none. Performance would be broadcast worldwide. Dr. Piquet presented the findings to Celine. The risk is substantial. I can't recommend this from a purely medical standpoint, but is it possible? Celine pressed. Possible? Yes. Advisable? No. If you're asking me as your doctor whether you should do this, my answer is no. But if I'm asking you as someone who understands why I need to do this, Dr. Piquet looked at Celine, saw the desperation, the need, the hunger to perform one more time. Then we need to create the most aggressive management plan we've ever attempted. And even then, I can't promise anything. The plan was extreme, unprecedented, risky, medication protocol. Increase Valium dose 72 hours before performance. Add emergency antispasmodic medication 6 hours before. Administer muscle relaxant 2 hours before. Time peak medication effect to exact performance window. Have emergency injection ready backstage if spasm begins. Physical preparation. Daily physical therapy sessions for 4 weeks. Focus on core stability and neck support. Practice standing for extended periods. Vocal exercises to maintain muscle memory. Breathing techniques to manage anxiety. Mental preparation. Therapy sessions to process performance anxiety. Visualization exercising. Stress management techniques. Acceptance of potential failure. Public spasm. Performance modifications. Choose shorter song under 5 minutes. Minimize physical movement on stage. Allow sitting if needed. Though Celine refused. Have medical team nearby but hidden. Plan camera angles to hide potential distress. Emergency protocol. Medical team in immediate proximity. Injectable muscle relaxant ready. Evacuation plan if catastrophic spasm occurs. Media statement prepared. If performance must stop. Celine agreed to everything, whatever it took. The Olympics Committee was informed of the risks. They understood. Still wanted her. July 1st, 2024. Training began. 4 weeks to prepare for 4 minutes of performance. Celine's daily schedule became brutal. 6:00 a.m., physical therapy, standing exercises, core strengthening, neck stability work. Her body fought her. Muscles that should cooperate refused. Some days she couldn't complete the session. Spasms would start. She'd have to stop. 9 a.m., vocal training. Her voice coach worked with her carefully. Celine's vocal cords, controlled by muscles like everything else, were unpredictable. Some days her voice was strong. Other days it wavered. The fear, what if her throat seized mid-performance? 12 p.m. medication management. Dr. Piquet monitored her closely, adjusting doses, testing timing, finding the perfect balance between muscle relaxation and mental alertness. Too much medication, drowsy, foggy, unable to perform. Too little, spasms breakthrough. Kitik PM, mental preparation. OPMRO. Therapy sessions, processing the fear, the what-ifs. What if she has a spasm on stage? What if her body locks up in front of billions? What if this becomes her final public memory, not triumph but catastrophic failure? 6 p.m. Rehearsal. Practicing the song. Over and over. Hymne à l'amour. Édith Piaf's love anthem. A song about loving someone even after they're gone. A song so emotional it made Celine cry every time. And tears, strong emotions could trigger spasms. Some rehearsals went well. Celine's voice soared. Her body cooperated. She felt almost normal. Other rehearsals, disaster. Her legs would lock mid-song. Her hands would claw up. She'd have to stop, cry, rest, try again later. Her team watched nervously. Was this possible? Could she actually do this? Celine refused to give up. I will perform. I don't care what my body does. I'm doing this. July 2024. 6 days before the Olympics. Final rehearsal at the Eiffel Tower location. Nighttime. Simulating the actual conditions. Celine stood on the platform. The Seine River below. The Eiffel Tower behind her. Paris spread out in every direction. The music started. The orchestral introduction to Hymne à l'amour. Celine took a breath, opened her mouth, began to sing. Le ciel bleu sur nous peut s'effondrer. Her voice, still powerful, still beautiful, still Celine. She continued through the first verse. No problems, body cooperating. Second verse. Her legs started to tighten. Not a full spasm, just warning signs. Her body saying, careful. She pushed through, focused on the music, the lyrics, the emotion. Third verse. Her right hand cramped, fingers curling involuntarily. She hit it, kept singing. Final verse. The climax, the high notes, the emotional peak. Celine's voice cracked, just slightly. Fatigue? Emotion? Spasm beginning? She pushed through the final note, held it, released. The song ended. Celine stood there, breathing heavily, exhausted. Her legs buckled. She nearly fell. Her team rushed in, caught her, helped her sit. "I'm okay," she insisted. "I'm okay. I can do this." But everyone saw she'd barely made it through the rehearsal, and the actual performance would be even more stressful. July 25th, 2024. One day before the Olympics. Celine couldn't sleep. Anxiety through the roof. Her body reacted spasms. Multiple episodes throughout the night. Her team was terrified. "Celine, maybe we should reconsider. Your body is already struggling." "No," she said firmly. "Tomorrow. I'm performing tomorrow. Whatever happens, happens." Dr. Piquet administered an extra dose of anti-anxiety medication. Not ideal. It would make her drowsier during the performance, but necessary to calm her nervous system. Celine finally slept. A few hours. Fitful. Dreaming of her body locking up on stage. Billions watching her fail. July 26, 2024. Performance day. Celine woke at 5 a.m., immediately checked her body, stretched her legs, flexed her arms, rotated her neck. Everything moved. No immediate spasms. A good sign. 8 a.m. Medication schedule begins. First dose Valium to maintain baseline muscle relaxation. 12:01 p.m. Physical therapy, gentle stretching, keeping muscles loose, not pushing too hard. Conserving energy for tonight. 1 p.m. Vocal warm-up. Her voice strong today, clear, powerful. The medications weren't affecting her vocal cords. Another good sign. 5 p.m. Second medication dose. Muscle relaxant. Time to peak effect during performance window. 6 p.m. Final preparation. Hair, makeup, wardrobe, a white gown, elegant, flowing, chosen specifically because it would hide any muscle rigidity if spasms started. 7 p.m. Travel to Eiffel Tower. Private car quiet. Celine sat silently. Breathing exercises. Visualization. Preparing mentally. 7:30 p.m. Arrival. The crowd, the cameras, the energy. Olympic opening ceremony in full swing. Performances happening. Athletes marching. The world watching. Backstage. Celine waited. Dr. Piquet beside her. Medical equipment ready. "How do you feel?" Dr. Piquet asked. Terrified, Celine admitted. But ready. 8:45 p.m. Final medications. Emergency antispasmodic. The strongest they had, short-acting, would peak in exactly 15 minutes. Perfect timing for her performance slot. 8:55 p.m. 5 minutes to performance. Celine stood up, tested her legs. Solid, strong enough. Rolled her shoulders, stretched her neck. Everything cooperating. "For now, this is it," she said to her team. "Whatever happens out there, thank you for getting me this far." 9 p.m. The announcement. Mesdames et messieurs, Celine Dion. The world's reaction was instant. Global, unified shock. Social media exploded. Celine Dion is performing. 1 month ago we watched her body seize up for 10 minutes. And now she's at the Olympics? I'm crying already and she hasn't even started singing. This is either going to be the most triumphant moment or the most devastating, and I can't look away. Living rooms around the world. People calling family members. Turn on the Olympics now. Celine is performing. Hospitals, nurses gathering around TVs, patients who had SPS watching with tears already streaming, other celebrities tweeting, "The courage this takes, I can't even imagine." Her fellow performers at the ceremony stopped backstage to watch. Everyone knew what this meant, what she was risking. The cameras found Celine, standing at the base of the Eiffel Tower platform, close up on her face, nervous, determined, fighting tears before she even began. The platform started to rise. Elevating Celine toward the Eiffel Tower's first level, she held the railing, steadying herself. The ascent was slow, dramatic, cinematic. As she rose, the Eiffel Tower began to illuminate. Lights cascading up the structure. Time to her arrival. Paris spread out below her. The Seine, the crowds, the Olympic rings. Celine reached the platform, stepped forward, center stage. A single microphone, an orchestra below. Billions of eyes watching. She took a breath, visible even on camera. A deep, steadying breath. The music began. The orchestral introduction to Hymne l'amour. Celine closed her eyes, listening, feeling the music, then opened them, looked out at Paris, at the world, and began to sing. Le ciel bleu sur nous peut s'effondrer, et la terre peut bien s'écrouler. The blue sky above us may collapse, and the earth may well crumble. Her voice, perfect, clear, powerful. No wavering, no weakness. The world breathed a collective sigh of relief. She's doing it. She's actually doing it. But those watching closely, her medical team, her family, people who understood SPS, they saw the signs. Her left hand, gripping her right wrist. Not a casual gesture, a deliberate hold, keeping her hands from cramping, from clawing up. Her stance, feet planted wide, not for style, for stability. Her legs were fighting her. She was compensating. Her neck held rigidly straight, not moving naturally, because any rotation could trigger the spasms in her neck muscles. She was performing, but she was also fighting. Every second, every note, a battle against her own body. Peu m'importe si tu m'aimes. Je me fous du monde entier. I don't care if you love me. I don't care about the whole world. Second verse. Her voice still strong, but her breathing changed. Slightly shorter breaths, compensating for rib muscle tightness. The cameras captured her face, tears forming. From emotion, from pain, both. Viewers watching couldn't tell. To them she looked like an artist moved by her own performance. But backstage, Dr. Piquet was on high alert. Those tears worried her. Strong emotion could trigger spasms. Celine was walking a razor's edge. Tant que l'amour inonde ma matin, tant que mon corps frémira sous tes mains. As long as love floods my mornings, as long as my body trembles under your hands. The word trembles, frémira. Celine's voice cracked, just barely. Her body was trembling. Not from emotion, from involuntary muscle contractions beginning. Her team saw it, the slight shaking in her right leg. The beginning of a spasm. Celine felt it too. She knew. This was the moment. Either the medication would hold it back or the spasm would cascade. Right here, on live television. She made a choice. Keep singing. Don't stop, whatever happens. Peu m'importe comment, peu m'importe où. I don't care how. I don't care where. The shaking in her legs stabilized. The medication held. The spasm didn't cascade. She'd made it through. For now, final verse. The climax. The high notes. The emotional peak where Édith Piaf's voice would break with feeling. Celine approached it. This was the dangerous moment. The part where her rehearsals had failed. Where her throat had seized. Where her voice had given out. The orchestra swelled, building to the climax. Celine took a breath, deeper than before, filling her lungs, preparing. Stem, stem, stem. I love you. I love you. I love you. The repetition, the passion, the emotion overwhelming. Tears streaming down her face now. No hiding it. Raw emotion. Her voice soaring. The high note, perfect. Held, sustained. The Eiffel Tower lights pulsing in time with the music. Paris, silent. Everyone watching, holding their breath. And then the final note, the release, the climax. Celine held it, her voice pure, powerful, unbroken. She released, the note faded, the orchestra concluded, silence. Then eruption, the Olympic Stadium, standing ovation, everyone on their feet, screaming, crying, the athletes in the boats on the Seine, waving, cheering, many crying, living rooms worldwide, people on their feet, crying, hands over mouths, unable to believe what they'd just witnessed. Social media. I just watched Celine Dion defeat stiff person syndrome on live television. She literally fought her own body for 4 minutes and won. I'm sobbing. That was the most courageous performance I've ever seen. 1 month ago, she couldn't move. Tonight, she sang at the Eiffel Tower. I don't have words. The broadcast cameras found Celine's face. Tears streaming, overwhelmed. She'd done it. She bowed, slightly, carefully. Her body still a risk, waved to the crowd, smiled through tears, then turned, walked carefully back to the platform to descend. The world watched her leave, the Eiffel Tower lights fading. 4 minutes, one song, impossible odds. She'd done it, but what viewers didn't see was what happened next. Backstage, the platform descended. Celine reached ground level. Her team rushed to her. You did it. That was incredible. Celine smiled, tried to respond, couldn't. Her legs buckled. She collapsed. The medical team caught her, laid her down, immediately checked her vitals. I can't move my legs, Celine gasped. The spasms she'd held back during the performance, hitting now, delayed, but severe. Both legs locked, rigid, her feet curling, her hands starting to claw. Dr. Piquet, we need to get her out of here, now. They rushed her to a private medical tent, away from cameras, away from the public. For the next 20 minutes, Celine experienced a massive spasm attack. Everything she'd suppressed during the performance released at once. Her team worked to help her through it. Medication, massage, support. Finally it passed. Celine, exhausted, traumatized, but alive. Was it worth it? Dr. Piquet asked gently. Celine, crying from pain and emotion? Yes, absolutely yes. The next 3 days, hell. Celine's body punished her for the performance. Severe spasms, multiple times daily. Her muscles locked up repeatedly. She could barely move. She posted one message on social media from her hotel. "Thank you for the overwhelming love. I am recovering now. It was worth every second. I got to sing in Paris one more time. That's all I wanted." Medical reports later confirmed the Olympic performance had set her recovery back significantly. The physical toll was enormous. Her doctors estimated it would take weeks to return to her pre-performance baseline, maybe months. But Celine had no regrets. None. She'd proven something to herself, to the world, to everyone living with chronic illness. The disease doesn't win every battle. Sometimes for 4 minutes you can rise above it. July 26, 2024, 9 p.m., the Eiffel Tower. Billions watching. Celine Dion stood on that platform, body fighting her, muscles threatening to seize. 1 month earlier, the world had watched her body turn to stone, helpless, trapped. Tonight, they watched her defy the same disease. Standing, singing, triumphant. Le ciel bleu sur nous peut s'effondrer. Her voice, perfect. Her body, barely holding. 4 minutes of singing. Weeks of preparation. A lifetime of determination. Backstage after, collapsed. Legs locked. Spasms overwhelming. The next 3 days, suffering. Her body's revenge for those 4 minutes. But she'd done it. Proved the impossible. From documentary footage showing her breaking the Eiffel Tower, showing her rising. 1 month, 2 moments. The same disease, different outcomes. June. I can't move. Please make it stop. July. I don't care if my body fights me. I'm singing. The medication helped. The preparation helped. The medical team helped. But ultimately, pure will. Refusing to let the disease have the final word. 4 minutes of triumph. Worth weeks of suffering? Celine said yes. The world saw the performance. Perfect, beautiful, historic. What they didn't see, the collapse immediately after, the spasms, the pain. But that's the truth of chronic illness. The public victories, the private costs. Celine chose both, accepted both, embraced both. The Eiffel Tower performance nobody thought she could do. She did it, then paid the price, and would do it again. Because 4 minutes of being Celine Dion, the performer, the artist, the voice, was worth any amount of suffering after. That's not medical advice. That's not recommended. That's not safe. But it was her choice, her moment, her triumph, and nobody can take those 4 minutes away. The disease won the days after, but it lost that night. July 26, 2024. Paris Olympics. Eiffel Tower. Celine Dion. Sponge syndrome. 0 point just for 4 minutes. But those 4 minutes mattered.